two sudden thoughts. Two sudden thoughts in association with the jaw-pelvis connection that I keep seeing this video fly by. I think it's Bree. I think it's the lady named Bree, who is way into the pelvic floor and the understanding of the hips, and I think it might be her, but it might be somebody else. And then I'm looking at Georgie saying, Now I realize she's got the hip dysplasia, you know, the genetic flaw of inbred dogs with the hips, that the hip joint is just effed up and whatever, and their legs just, they go in the sock and they don't sit right. They sit improperly, which gives them pain and over time, and then it deteriorates over time because it keeps rubbing the wrong way, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought, well, what about this jaw-pelvic connection? Because her jaw, I mean, her lower jaw, it sticks out. Yay. I mean, it's like extremely much further out than her. I mean, that ain't happening. Now, she's not bipedal, so she doesn't stand up and there's not, I mean, but I don't know. Because humans, we're supposed to have our back molars touching any particular way to give us sensory input. And then our eyes and our head's supposed to turn. I rudimentarily know it. I mean, I've not gotten into depth, but I understand that this input gives our brain or our nervous system the decision of how to position our pelvic bones, our neck bones, all that stuff. And we receive information from our feet as well. And probably parts that we're not even aware of. But we know of certain ones. So the teeth and what. So the dogs aren't bipedal, but considering that our jaw does affect our pelvic position, even though we're bipedal, I'm thinking, well, it probably affects theirs too. And you see Cookie moving like, actually, she's been hurting her back, so she's actually getting a little stiff. But she just moves like a dream. This one, and her jaw is extremely, she's like, don't look at my, I mean, look at this dog's jaw. Okay. Look at, and her teeth, right? But her face is so beautiful when you let her lips drop over that atrocity. It's a genetic flaw. This is not cute. This is not, oh, we wanted bulldogs to look, oh, it's not, she's a pit bull. Her teeth should look, all right, let me show you Cookies, who is a triad dog. We had their DNA run. And thank God Cookie doesn't have any notable jaw deformities. Her teeth are like, we'd say sheer perfection. Cookie, come. Cookie, come so I can see your teeth. I'm making a video about the jaw-pelvic connection. Her teeth couldn't set. You look a little anemic. How come you look so pale? What's going on there, Cookie? What's happening? You're not getting enough. Maybe we need to put you on some beef. But her teeth set perfectly. Her hips are at the angle that they claim the pit bulls are supposed to be. She's 43% pit bull, 22% Staffy, and 33% American Bully, which her legs are entirely too long for any of those breeds, so we're not grasping that. But I'm thinking, you know, could Georgie's jaw and teeth and all the malformations or positioning there be affecting her hips even more than if it was just her hips that were originally, say it's genetically. And it could be, however, it could also be early spay. Because the body is not developed fully. The bones are not developed fully. And they're spaying these young dogs. It does not seem to be affecting the cats, according to the studies. I've talked about this a couple of years ago. Which Karen Becker, she's a veterinarian that said, she just came to tears as she was talking about it. She was a young veterinarian. She was like, I was down for early spay and neuter. And then she said, about 7 years into my practice, my first client started showing up with dogs that had cancer and all kind of autoimmune diseases. And she's like, oh no, like realizing that there was a direct connection between not allowing these animals to mature sexually and then later having all these problems. Because apparently these organs and these systems do more than originally thought. It's just like, if you can leave it alone, do. You know, is basically the situation. I spayed Cookie. I went through one heat with her, and it turned into 3 months long heat. She was flipping out. She was just like, and then it turned out she had like a false pregnancy, and when they did spay her, we had to pay extra, and because it was more risky, and I guess they had to take more care because the engorgement of the organs, and she had went through so much when we found her that summer. And she met Georgie, and I don't think it has anything. I've talked to people. They said it doesn't have anything to do with whether or not the animal was close to another dog and feeling romantic, or because I have another female, and they were like very romantic-y during this time. And I thought, did she just think she got pregnant? Like, and it doesn't seem to matter whether there's another animal around or not. If they're just emotionally there, they're there. And apparently she was there. So I don't know if she was ever going to come out of this. It was the bleeding never stopped. It was 3 months and she was just very upset. And I just thought, oh my God. So I spayed her, and she's now like fabulous. It's been 1 year, but she just immediately just trucked all the way down to like normal, stable emotional behavior. But you got to wonder. The body is the messages back and forth all over the place, and the body is receiving more messages than I think it's sending out oftentimes. It's searching for messages. And if our body parts are not in the right position, and they're not able to fully move and function, they're not able to gather enough information, like if our neck doesn't turn, and then imagine that our body would go into fight or flight, like we can't even see over there, what's over there. Like we're not consciously thinking it. But the body has to do what the body has to do. And there's the girl. Yeah, there she is. Girlfriend of my dreamos. No known genetic flaws. They opened her up and said she was incredibly healthy. She's a 3. She's a mutt because she's not 100% anything. Thank goodness. And those teeth are like... But you look a little pale, Cookie. Your gums look pale. I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to get you on liver. I'm going to buy some liver for her. I had not seen her looking that pale. That's not right. I'll fix that.